I still need another fruit drink recipe for this month. I wonder if Gus has anything available. Oh, that looks good.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. With the weather heating up, I thought we could spend some time highlighting a few more ice-cold drinks to cool off with on a hot summer day. So, for the next couple of months, we will be taking a look at 9 more drink recipes that will surely be a hit at your next summer gathering. For this month, we will be doing another round of Juicy June, where we'll be focusing on 4 different drinks that use fruit juices in their recipes. For our last episode, we will be making some Piña Colada. For this recipe, you will need 1 small ripe pineapple, 4 coconuts for its water, flesh, and shells to make cups. We will be making our coconut cream from scratch and getting our coconut water straight from the source, which takes a little time and strength, so you can substitute it with 1 can of unsweetened coconut cream and 1.5 cups of coconut water, and put your drink in a hurricane glass if you're short on time. You will also need 2/3 cup of granulated sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of lime juice from about 3 limes, 2/3 cup of rum. I'll be using some white rum since that's what I have, but you can also use dark rum for a more caramelly flavor, or you can of course also leave it out and replace it with more coconut water for a non-alcoholic version. And you will also need 2 cups of ice cubes. This is enough for about 4 servings, so just as needed. First we'll prepare the fruit, so on a cutting board, turn the pineapple on its side and use a sharp knife to cut off the top and bottom of the fruit. Stand the pineapple upright on the board and follow the natural shape of the fruit to cut away the rind. Use a small knife to carefully cut away any brown eyes left behind. Quarter the pineapple lengthwise and then cut each quarter in half lengthwise again to create 8 long wedges. Cut away the tough part of the core on each wedge and then slice the wedges crosswise into 1.5 inch pieces, and you should get about 5 to 6 cups of pineapple pieces in total. Then, place these into a freezer bag or spread the pineapple pieces on a large baking sheet if you have room and freeze until solid. While we wait for this to freeze, we'll prepare our coconut cream and water. So grab your coconuts and a screwdriver or a thin, sharp knife and poke a hole through 2 of the eyes of the coconut. Drain the water into a bowl and set this aside for later. Then, with the serrated knife or handsaw, cut each of the coconuts in half. If you're having a bit of difficulty, you can also give your coconuts a strong tap using the back of a cleaver or a sturdy knife all the way around the circumference of a coconut a couple of times, and it should eventually crack in half. If you wish to keep the side with the eyes intact, you can just cut the coconut in half without removing the water. Just make sure to have your bowl ready to catch any of the remaining liquid. Next, separate the coconut flesh from the shell using a knife or a spoon, or alternatively, you can bake them for 20 minutes at 325 degrees Fahrenheit to make it easier to remove. Then, once the coconut flesh is separated, set the shells aside to use as cups, and then to a food processor or blender, add in the coconut flesh and blitz it into small pieces. Add in about 1.5 cups or 2 cups of water, and continue to blend this to make coconut milk. Then, once the flesh has been processed completely, place the blended coconut through a nut bag or a couple of layers of cheesecloth and squeeze out all of the liquid into a bowl. Pour this liquid into a jar and set it aside in the fridge for 2 to 3 hours so that the cream separates from the water and rises to the top. Once your cream is ready to use, in a medium saucepan over medium heat, combine the coconut cream, sugar, and salt. Whisk this until the mixture is smooth and then bring it to a gentle simmer, stirring frequently and scraping down the sides of the saucepan occasionally, and cook this until it reduces by about half and thickens to a consistency similar to maple syrup for about 30 to 45 minutes, with the color going from milky white to a translucent grayish pink. Once that's done, transfer the condensed coconut cream to a small bowl and let it thicken even more while it cools. Once you're ready to make your drink, add the frozen pineapple to a blender or food processor, along with your condensed coconut cream, the coconut water, lime juice, rum or more coconut water, and ice cubes, and blend until very smooth. You might need to do this in a couple of batches depending on the size of your blender, and you can adjust the amount of ingredients to your preferences. But once the texture is to your liking, Pour the pina colada mixture into the coconut shells or into a tall glass, garnish with a cocktail umbrella and straw, and your pina colada is ready to drink. So for our last recipe this month, I thought it would be fun to do a very popular tropical, fruit-filled drink, and I also wanted to do another smoothie recipe, since those are my favorite types of drink. Luckily for me, I was also able to find a recipe for this drink in the Stardew Valley cookbook while I was looking for other drink recipes to make. Similar to the previous drink from this game that we made a couple of weeks ago, to obtain this in-game, you are required to complete all the steps necessary to get to Ginger Island, and then to be able to obtain the Pina Colada, you will first need to find 10 golden walnuts to unlock the west side of the island, and then you will need 20 more golden walnuts to unlock your island farm, and then you will need to find another 20 walnuts to then unlock the resort so that you can start inviting guests over from the town. Then, once Gus decides to take a working vacation, he takes up residence at the island bar, allowing you to finally purchase the Pina Colada. There actually isn't yet a recipe in-game for you to be able to craft it whenever, but with the official Stardew Valley cookbook, you will be able to make it in real life. We've taken a look at a couple of other recipes in the book, but I highly recommend getting a copy if you like fun and delicious recipes, whether you're a fan of the game or not. Though I did make a couple of changes to the recipe since I added the extra step of making the coconut cream from scratch, but since we needed the coconut water and the shells, I didn't want to waste the coconut meat. Speaking of which, for the leftover shredded coconut, you can eat it as is, or you can toast it for 20 minutes at 325 degrees Fahrenheit to make a tasty topping for your yogurt, ice cream, or a whole bunch of things. In addition, for any leftover coconut cream, keep it stored in the refrigerator for up to 7 days, and you can use it to make more pina coladas, or you can use it in a whole bunch of other recipes. But regardless if you make your coconut cream from scratch or buy it in a can, either should make your pina colada delicious enough to enjoy on a hot summer day, or even when you're caught in the rain. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, if you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max to watch the Max AC channel.